think the success of the pavilions is that they become little experiments for the architects to play with formal or tectonic aspects of their work in a slightly more pure setting. The pavilion is almost conceived as a hybrid between a building and a piece of furniture. It's essentially a wall that has been pulled apart to create a hall inside.
As a practice, we're passionate about delivering high-quality homes irrespective of tenure and spaces and opportunities for enabling us to flourish and people to get to know each other and to have an empathy with their built environment.
Anish has been on this site for, I think, 20 years or so. And in a sense, what we had to maintain was that history. You have to feel at home when you're creating work. So one of the biggest challenges we had was to try and make an environmentally and programmatically better building, but at the same time not lose some of that creative space that he needs and that he felt comfortable with.
This internal space that is winding you up and down through the building is many things at the same time. It is almost like sitting around a fireplace, so it has a roundish shape. It's also mindful of historic forms of architecture like parliament buildings, government buildings.
One courtyard space they really wanted to have a barbecue, so that was the fire courtyard. Another one they wanted a lawn and a tree, so we had earth. The other one was the naturally ventilated larder, so that was air. And the third one, which was the original garage, we filled with water, so we had earth, air, fire and water. And for a sustainable, environmentally sensitive house, that was so appropriate.
It's not just a renovation of a listed building. It's not a conversion of a listed building. It's much more complicated than that. It's about trying to build on what we saw in the existing buildings and then to make it even more exciting. So there's a sort of intention to work with the quality of the place and then to make it into something heightened and more exotic.
The building contains the nautical school and the engineering school. It's a series of general teaching spaces, some specialist spaces. Those are deliberately blended through the plan of the building so that the students will bump into each other and have the benefits of cross-discipline learning.
Whereas in the original building it was more about horizontal circulation, this is about vertical circulation, but rather than concentrating it in one point, it's a path, almost like an internal street, winding through the entire building, connecting all the different program functions and also views, and really making it feel almost like an interior street, with little squares, little plazas, little coffee spots, little niches that show movies or film or installation. The whole place becomes very active and alive, and I think that was absolutely fundamental for us, that we could continue what we have established with the first Tate Modern, that would be continued and even brought to the next level in the extension.
A lot of people have been speechless. It's remarkable how many people get tearful just with the beauty of the place. And that's quite something for the architects to have achieved, something that has such a positive emotional and spiritual effect without even practice having taken place.
That open access collection, which is like a raised cloister around that space, and you walk in, you can see, as they say, the brains of Oxford on show. It's a kind of exciting space, and you do feel in a way that you're at the heart of things.
What we have fundamentally is a new building inside an old building. Pawson's interior is like a frame which throws into relief the concrete roof. You always know that you're inside an old building, but one which has been adapted. I think this is a particularly important year to do something as optimistic as opening a new institution. The world's climate is, we have to say, darkening, and I think the role of a museum of any kind or a gallery is to say that certain values about openness and exploration are important, and that's our job now.
That's it, I think. No?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I think that was a good end, no?
That was it.
What else do you want me to tell? Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.